Okay, Peach, I get it. The water was delicious. You can stop smacking. Go ahead, relax. Take a load off. Yeah, so I'm trying out this new thing where I have set work hours. And in those set work hours, I even give myself a lunch hour. I'm currently on my lunch hour. It is scheduled for from 3 to 4, which really isn't lunch, it's afternoon, but I wake up at like 10 a.m., sometimes noon. Today was more closer to noon. Okay, Peach, I get it. Relax. Oh, I never updated y'all on my hand. Okay, so here's what happened with my wrist. I don't know. I legit don't know what spawned it. It wasn't my typical arthritis. So it was called de Quervain's disease. In my left, this is my left wrist. I don't know how that shows up for y'all on camera, but this is my left. Here's the thing. I'm not even fully sure that I was diagnosed correctly. It's kind of a joke with my family right now that, because I live in a very, very small town, very, very, very tiny town. And I have all kinds of problems when it comes to like healthcare and whatnot anyway, and getting misdiagnosed with stuff. So this doesn't even speak to the small townness of it all. In Seattle, I was diagnosed with a blood clot that wasn't a blood clot and treated for a blood clot that didn't exist and only exacerbated my symptoms when I started taking the blood thinner that they wanted me to take. And that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day, yes. But yeah, so they said that I have this de Quervain's disease in my left wrist. It was, if y'all remember, vlog 1, I talked about, it was a very small moment. It was this spot on my wrist that was hurting, this spot specifically. It's the same pain. Like I really thought, oh, it's just like my arthritis. And the thing about arthritis gonna arthritis whenever it wants to arthritis. So I just typically, I have my pain medication that I take for all my aches and pains. Then I have the numbing cream that y'all saw me put on the first week's vlog as well. So I thought that's what it was, but I woke up one morning, y'all saw the little clip of me in the hospital, that little cliffhanger, yeah, real life. I just woke up with excruciating pain in my wrist, all radiating from that same point in my wrist that I had identified in vlog 1. It was all like the pain was shooting throughout my hand and up my arm, like depending on how I moved it. If I put pressure on my elbow, the pain would shoot down to the elbow, but it was all radiating from that same spot in my wrist. Now notice the spot that I'm pointing to is right here on the pinky side of my hand. And I'm already laughing because of what I'm about to tell you. So the reason that I believe that I was misdiagnosed with de Quervain's disease is because everything that I have read about it, not just online on the good old Googles on WebMD, but also in the very paperwork that they sent me home with. Look at this diagram. The pain radiates from the thumb side of the hand. Now, usually I would be like, oh, maybe that's just this. But when I tell y'all every single piece of information that I can find on de Quervain's disease, specifically states that it is identified as being a pain on the thumb side of the hand. Let me see. Yep. I'll read the first line. Dayquervane tenosynovitis is inflammation of tendons and synovium on the thumb side of the wrist. The thumb side. That's the paperwork that they sent me home with. Not to mention everything that I looked up online after the fact says thumb side of the wrist, thumb side of the wrist. You guessed it, thumb side of the wrist. You guessed it, thumb side of the wrist. But mine's on the pinky side. Mine was very clearly on the pinky side. Okay, Peach, I know I was singing. Okay, no, you can't climb on the desk, girl. Lay down. Let me talk to the people. Can I talk to the people? Relax. We're good. She likes it when I sing and clap. Okay. Lay down. Okay, lay down. See, that's why I don't be... See, people probably think I be neglecting her when I don't pet her right away when she comes up in my space. I don't do it because for her, it's never enough. Never. It's literally never enough for her. It's practically... Y'all, her paw, she just took it off, but her paw was fully on that table. Y'all had to see. Her paw fully was on that table. Look at her. Like, look at her paw on the table. Look at her paw on the table. See, both her paws are on the table. Y'all, she's trying to crawl on the table. See, this is why I can't just pet her a little bit, because it's never enough. Okay, but let's get back to it. Okay, I know my camera angle is switching so much during this. My lunch hour, my 3 to 4 lunch hour. Oh my God. Okay, Peach, relax. See, I can't sing. She likes when I sing. When I sing, she thinks I'm playing with her, because when I play with her, I usually sing to her. Okay, Peach, lay down. Paul's fine. We're chill over here, I promise. She is settled. But yes, as you've seen in this paperwork, everything says it's on the thumb side of the wrist. My pain, from vlog 1, y'all can see that I literally point to the spot on my wrist that it hurts. And it had only been hurting from that place. And when the doctor asked me, I specifically identified to him, it is all radiating from this specific point. Because the pain was so pinpointed, like even though it started spreading by the time I went to the hospital, like I could feel it, like when I would put pressure on different spots, I could feel it spreading other places. From the beginning of feeling this pain, it has all been located from a very specific location. So I told him that. So either he ignored me and I was misdiagnosed, or this diagnosis needs to expand itself to more points in the wrist. So I won't just completely say he doesn't know what he's talking about. He'll also say that maybe the literature needs to be changed. Maybe it's outdated. But yeah, so that day at the hospital, I had to get a shot in my butt. Yep, in the buttocks, in medical terms. I had to get a shot of steroids in my buttocks. And I have been taking this little capsule pill in the morning and the evening, twice a day. I should be finished with that by, I think, Friday. It's Wednesday now. So either Friday or Saturday, I'll be done with that. It was just like 10 days worth of it. And then also, even though I'm telling on myself here, I'm supposed to be wearing a wrist brace like 24/7, just taking it off for when like I wash the dishes or shower. I'm not wearing it right now, but I was wearing it before my lunch break as I was at the computer tapping away. I do be wearing it typically all the time. I just took it off for now, just give my wrists a chance to breathe. And for whatever reason, these two parts of my palms have been like sore and hurting. And it's so random. I'm pretty sure there's not a muscle there, y'all. But like these two spots very specifically have been hurting. But yeah, oh. Speaking of the wrist brace, that is another story. So, okay, so the wrist brace. So the doctor said you need to wear a wrist brace for 2 weeks, only take it off when you take a shower. And the reason I'm fine with taking off for a breather, because he stressed that it's most important for me to wear it when I'm sleeping, because when people are sleeping, sometimes their wrists, like I'll do my non-bad hand, sometimes their wrist curves like this when they sleep. So when you sleep, wear the brace, it makes sure that your wrist doesn't curve in like that while you're sleeping. That's why I find it okay to take it off for my lunch hour. Okay, so don't come for me. I'm not like just not caring about my body or my health. I just needed a little break. But the reason I need a little break is because, y'all, when I think he was a nurse. Yeah, it wasn't a physician anymore. When the nurse came in, he brought in a brace and he put it on. And I kind of noticed him like switching something around, but like didn't super notice. If y'all remember from the cliffhanger from last week, I said in there, I just hope they diagnose me with something that they can fix, because then that feels better to me that this problem will go away at some point. I wanted to be diagnosed with something that was fixable, that would mean that it could go away, that it could be treated. Because I just really wanted the pain gone. Didn't care how long it took. Well, I kind of cared, but as long as I knew that there was going to be a future without that excruciating pain that made me want to amputate my hand. But yeah, so the nurse comes in, he comes in with the brace and he puts it on my hand, and I'm really not thinking too much of it. I'm just happy the doctor said it is this thing, and I've given you a steroid in your butt shot. Oh, buttocks, let's be medically correct. I've given you a steroid shot in your buttocks. And tomorrow you can fill this prescription for this pill that you will take for 10 days and wear this splint that we are going to give you. I get home. Maybe I have pictures that I could show of me in the splint. I had sent my family, oh, they put me in a splint. Look at me. I'm on my way. I'm on my road to recovery. And I get home and I look at the paperwork, and first I'm faced with the whole, this says it's on the thumb side of your wrist. So I go through all that, tell my family, like text them in the group chat, and like, I think I may have got the wrong diagnosis, but as long as these pills end up doing something and the pain goes away, I'll be okay with it. I think it might have been the next morning. Yeah, I think it was the next morning. I checked out the wrist brace. The splint that they give me, it has like a metal bar in it. That's what's supposed to hold your wrist secure, correct? And typically the way they go, it's like flat here and then kind of curved in so that your like palm is situated there and you're not bending your wrist like this. Because remember, that's specifically why he wanted me to wear a splint, so that while I wore it, especially when I slept, my wrist wouldn't be able to like do this. Y'all, the bar and the splint that was put on my hand, on my left wrist, went flat here and then curved up here. It just whoop. Oh. I think I did discover it that night, because I think I Googled like, how is a wrist splint supposed to fit? Peach, back up. No, lay down. Lay down. Let me talk to the people. I'm almost done, I promise. You're making it take longer. No, lay down. Look at that. We missed, the air is on now, so the audio is going to be different. Lay down. Okay, so I Googled. I was like, how is a wrist splint supposed to be on? Well, behold, that's when I found out the real way with the curve up in the palm. Peach, back up, back up, back up. Peach, back up. So yeah, I Googled it, and that's where I saw it's supposed to go whoop, whoop, like that. So they had put a right hand brace on my left hand. And that wouldn't have been so egregious if it had not been for the doctor specifically telling me that they wanted to put the brace on me to keep my hand from doing this. With the right hand brace on my left hand and the bar going whoop, whoop, it was actually pushing my hand in the direction that the doctor explicitly told me not to let it go. Yeah. So I called my local transit place to schedule a ride for the next day to go to the ER to get swapped out to get the correct left-handed brace. Okay, so I went there the next day, and the lady at the front desk, I told her what happened. I said, hey, I was here the other night in the ER, and they gave me just the wrong-sided brace. She's like, oh, a lady will be out soon to help you. So a lady walks out, and she was like, hey, so here's the thing. We actually don't carry any left-handed braces. So that's why a right-handed one was put on your left hand. But here's this ACE bandage, one of those like cloth bandages that you can wrap around, yeah, your wrist. Yeah. Remember though, the egregiousness is not that they put the wrong brace on me, they put the wrong splint on me. The egregiousness is not even that they don't have left-handed splints. It's the only little hospital that we have in town. Like all my doctors that I go to are 3 hours away from me because I have a bunch of specialty doctors and stuff. I don't have these super like high standards when it comes to this basic stuff. The egregiousness is not that they don't carry left-handed braces. The egregiousness is that they put the right-handed splint on in a way that was bending my wrist in the direction. Okay, sorry about that. The camera got a little too spicy. I had to cool it down for a while because I was talking for so long because Peaches kept wanting attention. And then the battery just died. Funny how these things happen. Anyway, as I was saying, the egregious part of all of that was that they put a brace on me that was bending my wrist in the direction that my doctor explicitly said not to let my wrist bend. So they sent me out of there to get worse. Like what? Oh, I'm a bit floored still. Even talking about it, I'm still a bit floored. But it's over a week later now. Today is Wednesday of the following week. Yeah, I'm gonna finish out this medication. I'm going to, when I put the brace back on, I'm gonna keep wearing the brace. But yeah, the pain started to subside around day 3 or 4 of being on the medication. Even if it was an improper diagnosis, the medicine's working. My only fear is that the thing that was happening, if that wasn't the right thing, if it happens again, like, what do we do? I wish I knew. They told me what caused this. It was like the lining of the tendons and the tendons were rubbing against each other. And it was like, almost like there wasn't enough oil in the tank to like keep it like running, moving, slithering around each other smoothly. I don't know the word. But yeah, right now I'm in not really any pain on this day, this week later. Every once in a while, I'll kind of feel a little bit of a pinch kind of on the back of the palm, but that actually might just be my regular tegular arthritis. So I won't even blame that on the variance. Dequervain tenosynovitis. Dequervain tenosynovitis. Dequervain tenosynovitis. Dequervain tenosynovitis. Boom. Got it. Well, I don't know that I actually have it because it was on the wrong side of the end, but who knows? But there's my check-in. Took me a long time to get it done. My lunch break's almost over. Typically what I want to do for my work schedule that I'm setting for myself is from 12 to 3, we work on YouTube video editing, like getting the vlog together stuff, just from 12 to 3. Then from 3 to 4 is my lunch hour. Then from 4 to 7, I want to save that time to like be making stuff, working on the 100-day project, just my art projects that I really want to see come to fruition, like not just, not just doodling, but like actual longer form projects that will form into a bigger thing at some point, And I chose to do it that way because if I were to put the video editing at the end of the day, I feel like I'm substantially more likely to go over the 7 o'clock stop time because I'll just be like, oh, I just need to do this quick edit. Or let me just finish this quick scene. Let me just get through this clip. Let me finish marking this specific song as a part of the sequence. I'll be just way more likely to not adhere to the stop time. But if I put that at the beginning of the day, I'm going to have to take a break at some point. So 3 o'clock is the perfect time to take my lunch hour. And I can just tell myself, okay, after 3 o'clock, you're not getting back on the computer. And there's the air kicking on again, which means it's really time to go. But yes, so work hours, Kadazia, work hours, maintain them. It's really hard to do. When you work from home and you're just a homebody and you just be home all the time and everything that you do in your life takes place at home, it's very hard to set and adhere to work hours. Maybe I should have like one of those like clock in. Maybe I should get one of those. That'd be cool. That'd be pretty official. Maybe I can make one. I don't know. Big dreams. Okay, I've talked for way too long. Okay.